Former Reagan economic advisor Art Laffer with me now. Art, thanks very much for the time.
Hi, Deirdre.
What do you make of, even when you compare on the right side, what the FBI director found, and on the left side, what Hillary Clinton says happened? There is a he said, she said mismatch on more than a few items. What is your opinion?
Well, I don't really know. I'm not a lawyer, Deirdre, or any of that sort of stuff. But what I'm sort of happy about is it's going to be Trump versus Hillary. I want to see that battle go on without it being impeded. I don't want to see Trump dumped, and I don't want to see Hillary indicted. I think this is the perfect match made in heaven, and I want to see this campaign, because you've got a real choice here, Deirdre. Do you want higher taxes and more welfare, or do you want lower tax rates, more economic growth, and more prosperity? It's a real simple one, and I would hate to have had Comey destroy the opportunity for us to take Hillary on one-on-one on the issues that really confront America. I remember what happened when Nixon was pardoned. You know, you've seen this sort of thing happen from time to time. I really want a good, full-fledged race between Trump and Hillary, and I believe Trump's going to win in a landslide.
I was just going to say, Art, I think you're going to get that full-fledged race, and that was my next question. Does this, even though Hillary, some would say, got off scot-free, this has hurt her, it continues to hurt her credibility? Is that your point of view?
Well, I don't know if it could hurt it much more than what it was already hurt. But what is really at risk here, Deirdre, is economics. Now, if Donald Trump backs off from the 15% corporate tax, if he backs off from the maximum tax rate on individuals of 25%, I think that will hurt the Republicans dramatically, because the one thing we have going for us, and that Trump has going for him, because he really can do this, is he can bring jobs and prosperity back to America by the corporate tax rate being 15%, the highest personal income 25%, and that will ignite a fire. It'll bring jobs back from abroad as businesses locate in the U.S., and that's all we care about. So, jobs, employment, growth, output, wealth. That's what I want for my grandkids and my great-grandkids, and I've got both.
Very well said, Art. I want to ask you, though, is it reasonable? 15%, 25% are amazing ideas. Can Donald Trump, or anyone for that matter, actually make that happen?
Of course they can. It's very easy. You just tell the House Ways and Means, Senate Finance, that all I want is a 15% corporate tax. You figure out the details to make it work. But all I want is a 25% max tax on individuals. You figure out the details. We've done it time and time again. We dropped the highest rate, Deirdre. Now, just think of this. We dropped the highest rate from 70% to 28% under Reagan. We dropped the corporate rate from 46% to 34%. And what did we produce? A boom of unprecedented proportions.
I want to ask you an inane question. If it's so easy, because it makes all the sense in the world, why hasn't it been done?
Because you've lived in Washington. You know why. Oh, my God, you've got to worry about all these No. Just that tax rate will do it. Whatever the House Ways and Means, Senate Finance, and the two houses do, it's fine. But that's the one thing I want, is a 15% max tax on corporation. And if it means no deductions, no exemptions, no exclusions, that's fine. And I want a 25%. And if that means a 25% flat tax, great. Jerry Brown, for goodness sakes, had the highest income tax rate at 13%, and it was static revenue neutral. He had the highest corporate tax rate at 13%, and it was static revenue neutral. That was Jerry Brown, and he almost beat Bill Clinton in the primary. We can do that, and we can create huge growth, which is what you and I and everyone else in America needs and wants.
True.
Art Laffer, many problems.
Bringing common sense to D.C. and beyond. We are ever so grateful. Art Laffer.
You're the best, Deirdre. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you.